You don't need to be smooth, rich, or ripped to talk to women. You don't even need to be handsome or have great pickup lines or need an interesting story to tell. You just need to stop making conversations weird. Talking to women is easy if you do this. You feel like something's missing, like you were made for more, but you don't know how to get there. I'm here to change that. Step by step, we're building stronger men, disciplined, grounded, and dangerous in all the right ways. It's not easy, but it's right. I'm Seth McGilvery, and this is The Alpha Path. When I was in my 20s, I had this friend, we'll call him Jeff. Dude was jacked, handsome, dark skin. If you looked up Greek god in the dictionary, well, maybe not the dictionary, but you know what I mean. There's a picture of Jeff. He wasn't the brightest guy in the world, but he was funny and friendly, and our whole group of friends loved to be around him. And we were all so jealous because every girl who saw him was instantly into him. Here was his problem, though. He froze up and completely shut down the instant he tried to talk to girls, even though he knew they were into him. Why? How did a guy with every physical advantage keep striking out? Because he overvalued the outcome. Every interaction he had became high risk because every conversation became about closing the deal rather than just another conversation. When you make conversations about winning, you stop being real. You stop listening and start trying to impress. You don't talk like that with your friends. You're chill and present and probably kind of funny. But with women, you tighten up. You filter every word. You're looking for signs of approval. And that's what kills the connection. Women aren't looking for a guy who says all the right things. They're looking for someone they can actually talk to. Someone who feels safe and normal and real. Someone they don't have to impress and who isn't constantly trying to impress them. Here's the truth. Romantic relationships are built on genuine connection. Most of married life isn't deep or dramatic. It's two best friends doing life together day in and day out. The best relationships are full of light and playful and even silly conversations. So give her a preview of what life with you would feel like. If she enjoys the real you, you've got a shot at something lasting. And if she doesn't, good. You found out early. You didn't waste time chasing someone who was never a match. Here's what I want you to know about yourself. You actually have something to offer. Every man has strengths, quirks, and traits that the world and women need. Being yourself isn't second best. It's what sets you apart. If you're shy, say, I'm a little shy and awkward. If you're into comic books, like I am, say, I know it's kind of geeky, but I'm really into comic books. Your ability to be self-aware and lighthearted makes you feel safe and endearing. That kind of self-deprecating honesty disarms people. And when you pair it with genuine interest, especially in women as people and not outcomes, the right girl will absolutely love that. Here's the bonus. Girls feel pressure to hide their flaws far more than men do. So when you lead by pointing out yours, it puts her at ease. Just don't overdo it. If all you ever do is joke about your flaws, it comes off as self-hate or desperation. You're not asking her to save you. You're inviting her to meet the real you. So you don't need a pickup line. You need presence and interest and a little courage, especially if you're an introvert. I'll admit, this wasn't easy for me. I wasn't good looking or jacked. I was a redheaded skinny geek with crooked teeth and no money. I wasn't impressive, and I certainly wasn't smooth, but I had one thing going for me. I was curious. I wanted to hear people's stories, what made them tick, what they loved about the world. And it turns out people love talking about themselves. If you ask good questions and stay present, they open right up. What makes a man unforgettable in conversation isn't charm or flash. It's how he makes others feel. And the most magnetic thing you can offer someone, especially a woman, is your attention. Here's a powerful example. There's a famous story about Lady Nancy Astor, the first woman to sit in the British Parliament. She once had dinner with both William Gladstone and Benjamin Disraeli, two political rivals. And afterwards she said, I wish I could do a good British accent, when I left the dining room after sitting next to Mr. Gladstone, I thought that he was the cleverest man in England. But after sitting next to Mr. Disraeli, I thought I was the cleverest woman. This story captures something powerful about presence and connection. The most interesting person in the room is the most interested person in the room. And that's the difference between a man who needs validation and a man who gives value just by showing up fully and listening well. When you show genuine interest in a woman, you become the kind of man she wants to open up to. You disarm her. You show her it's safe to be herself. And that's what makes you unforgettable. So stop trying to be impressive and start being curious. So here's some practical advice. If you want to get good at talking to women, stop trying to practice on women. Just get good at talking to people. Talk to everyone you can. Ask the guy next to you at the gym for some advice. Ask the barista how her day's going. She'll say fine, because that's what everybody says. So follow it up with something real. Oh yeah? What's been the best part so far? Tell a coworker, man, I've been feeling scattered all week. You ever get that way? Every conversation is a rep. And I'll be real with you, I wasn't always good at this either. But the best advice I ever got was this: don't start with girls. Start with everyone. Get the reps until it becomes second nature. Make it your goal to hear, that's a really good question. I've never been asked that before. That's when you know people truly feel engaged by you. This isn't about trying to impress someone. It's about caring about someone. And the more curious and confident you become in everyday moments, the less pressure you'll feel when there are actual stakes involved. So here's your challenge. Instead of telling people how you're doing in life, find out how they're doing. Get comfortable opening up conversations, then keep them going with questions that open people up and build real connection. Here are 5 questions to keep in your back pocket. What's something you've really been into lately? What's the best part of your week so far? Where's home for you originally? What's a dream you've had for a long time? What's something you've done that most people haven't? Ask one, then dig deeper. Don't miss this. Real connection lives in the second question. I'm going to say it again. Real connection lives in the second question. If she says she loves photography, ask, what got you into that? If she just moved, ask, what brought you here? Curiosity makes connection inevitable. The Bible says the purposes of a person's heart are deep waters, but one who has insight draws them out. Proverbs 20, verse 5. The heart is deep water, but with insight and a little curiosity, you can draw out what's hidden beneath the surface. Joshua 1:9 says, be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. I know, this verse isn't specifically about talking to women at Starbucks, but the principle remains the same. The biggest fear for most guys isn't rejection, it's looking foolish. But this verse reminds us, God is calling you to be bold. Proverbs 16:24 says, gracious words are like a honeycomb, sweetness to the soul and health to the body. When your heart is anchored in God, your words follow. Gracious words, playful, thoughtful, kind, are like honey to the soul. When your conversations are rooted in the interest of others instead of self-focus, they leave others feeling cared for and heard. And that's attractive to everyone, not just women. Real men don't make conversations about themselves. They make others feel seen, and that's what makes them unforgettable. Because great conversations don't just come from charisma. They come from character, from kindness, from curiosity, and from the courage to go first. When you stop trying to impress and start showing real interest, you become a rare kind of man. The kind people feel safe around, the kind women want to open up to. So talk to women like a man, grounded and present and outward focused, not to win her over, but to serve her well. And if she's the right one, she'll see it, she'll feel it, and she'll want to follow it. Subscribe to the Alpha Path.